Hello and welcome to Lenny UK TV. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the content that's going to be coming up on this channel very soon, mostly from the mobile phone company OPPO. OPPO announced their Global Ambassador Programme. They named 20 people worldwide to be ambassadors of their brand and products. Not the people you would expect. They haven't gone out to celebrities and they haven't gone out to already proven influencers. They've picked actual users of their products, and I was one of them. Pretty soon I'm going to be putting out a series of articles and videos to do with the OPPO Find X5 Pro, which is what I've been chosen to do. Now, before I dive into more about OPPO and this particular product, I wanted to just make clear that we are not under any direction as to what we need to say. Been given some sort of timetable as to when they would like particular types of content to come out, but the views expressed certainly in my videos and other content will be my honest opinion on the devices based on my knowledge of Android, which is quite vast. So for those of you who don't know so much about OPPO, they are quite a large mobile phone company these days. In fact, they're one of the top four. They're one of the big guys. They're sold through most of the UK phone networks. You can get the devices on Amazon and direct through OPPO. On the screen now, you'll see it's the homepage for oppo.com. Which you can see flicking through. So in terms of their history, they were founded in 2004 as a company. In 2005, they released an MP3 player before turning to the phone market, similar to Apple, and released their first phone in 2008. Now, this phone was called the Smiley Face, and I think you'll be able to see why. They then released their first smartphone in 2011, where their Find era began. Now, generally speaking, innovation has always been their aim. They would try to release devices that serve a purpose, but also try to push technology forwards rather than repeating and copying what the companies might be doing, where you can have a series of time where devices are very, very similar to each other and they don't really offer anything new. OPPO have generally always tried to differentiate themselves, but not in a gimmicky way, in an actual useful way. Starting with 2012, they released the U701 phone. And it was the first phone that included a face beautification feature, basically filters for the selfie camera. They released the N series of phones, which was the first phone to have a rotating camera. So the same one camera could twist and be faced as a selfie camera or as an actual rear camera of a phone. Some of these things obviously haven't lasted, and phones generally don't have these features now, but at the time they were trying something different, and the first company to release a 5G mobile phone in Europe. And then in 2020, they released a watch, a smartwatch, the OPPO watch. In 2020, they also showed off the OPPO X concept phone. This concept phone is quite unique in that it has a rollable screen. Effectively, the phone can stretch. So in summary, they're a company that they pride themselves on being user-led. This ambassador program is a prime example of that. So there we go. That's the history of OPPO. Moving on, as I said at the start, the device I've been chosen to have in order to create this content is the Find X5 Pro. Releases in the UK on the 24th of March. They're available to pre-order now and pre-order through OPPO or through those carriers, mobile phone companies that are offering them in the UK. I know for sure they're available on EE and Vodafone. I'm not entirely sure whether the other companies are going to be picking them up. Both 3 and O2 have sold OPPO devices previously. They've also got a pre-order offer at the moment. I think if you place a pre-order through any of those two carriers or through OPPO directly, you'll get a free bundle of accessories worth £373. So as far as free offers go, that's a pretty good one. So I'll take you through the OPPO Find X5 Pro webpage now, just to give you a quick rundown of its main features. Obviously, you can go to the website yourself. The link will be in the description. You'll see right from the start that it's been co-developed with Hasselblad, who are the world's leading medium format camera manufacturer. You can expect big things from the camera. Now, one feature you'll see constantly pushed is the fact that they have developed a imaging NPU, which is what's powering a lot of the photographic or videography features, specifically night mode or night vision that is being pushed here. So OPPO are priding themselves on the fact that you can take back the night, which they say is a breakthrough in night videography. Capture videos at night that are bright, rich in detail, and awash in captivating colors. So what they're claiming is that you can really pick out the details in any night or low lit scenes without overexposing those other areas which you don't want to. The image isn't going to look blown out. It's just going to look how it should look, really, to, say, a human eye that was perhaps in the room. We've got a sort of summary, a very quick summary of the key features of this device. So obviously we've got the Hasselblad camera. It's actually got some 5-axis, pretty decent optical image stabilization. They do have a little animation further down the page that shows you briefly how that optical image stabilization works. Effectively, the camera is moves slightly within the device, so that when you're moving the device, the camera stays still, so that when you're filming those videos or taking pictures, it's doing its part to try to counteract the fact that we can't actually keep our hands still for any real length of time. This phone's capable of 80-watt flash charging. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 CPU, which is more or less the best you can get. Got a display that's capable of displaying 1 billion colors, and it's got, as most top-of-the-range phones do at the moment, a 120 Hz dynamic refresh rate. In terms of the design and the build, it's made from elegant ceramic, as they call it, which has been highly polished so that it's very smooth. It's got a sloped edge. The one thing that you'll note from the images, and hopefully you'll see when I get the phone in person, is that most of the device is actually very thin. Now, the thickest part of this phone is where the camera is, but that's because it's got all that optical image stabilization technology in there, and obviously the 3 different lenses. It's got IP68 waterproofing, so you can be pretty sure that it's going to be water and dust resistant, so you can have the phone out in the rain without too much concern. If it was to take a quick dip in a bath, you're going to be fine as well. It's going to come in 2 colors, so you get the ceramic white or the glazed black. There are 3 lenses on this device. You've got your 50 megapixel wide angle camera, you've got your 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and then you've got a 13 megapixel telephoto camera. Now, it's only the first of those that's got the 5-axis optical image stabilization, but that should be the camera that in most cases you're using. All of those 3 lenses have got a pretty good aperture f-stop level, so that if you wanted to get some silky bokeh behind your images, it should be possible in the right circumstances. As part of the collaboration with Hasselblad, you've also got some extras. You've got access through the photo app to some exclusive Hasselblad features or experiences. So you've got the Hasselblad iconic leaf shutter sound. You've got their natural color calibration, which means pictures and videos should have far more natural and accurate colors. You also get access to the X-Pan feature, which is effectively a fancy panorama. Hopefully I'll be diving into that in more detail when I've got my hands on the device. I can actually show you how it works in practice, but in effect you're able to take very high quality panoramic images. Right, as I mentioned earlier, they have a little animation showing you how the optical image stabilization works. You'll see it on the screen now. So the camera physically moves around. So the 1 billion color bionic display is of course going to show very vivid colors. It's 10-bit color depth, so you've got your full HDR on there. As I said earlier, it's what's fast becoming an industry standard. They've got the 120 Hz dynamic refresh rate, can go as low as 10 Hz on the dynamic portion. Turning now to talk more about the 80 watts Super VOC charging. They claim it can charge to 50% in just 12 minutes, which is insanely fast. And 50 watts, which is the charger, the wireless charger that they've provided if you pre-order, you can get 100% charge in 47 minutes, which is still incredibly quick, especially with wireless technology. So the device comes with ColorOS 12.1, which is their version of Android effectively, which has been pretty popular since it was first introduced. So there you have it. When I manage to get my hands on the phone, I will be doing an unboxing video taking you through some of the key features of the device in person over the course of the next couple of weeks. I hope you enjoy the series, and if there are any specific questions you've got about the device that you would like me to answer, then leave a comment or hook me up on social media and I will see what I can do for you. Until next time, thanks.